Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Coffee and Co-op. It's actually pretty early today. It's 8:30 a.m. here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is only 88 degrees outside. Wow, it's pretty cold, actually. It's only 88 Fahrenheit, which would be, what is it, 36? Maybe 37 in Celsius. It'll be 104 later today, as it always gets to. I'm Nathan, and today I did a nice hand pour over of some Colombian beans that I got at Starbucks. I just did a little pour over. I've got a V60 brown paper filters. I need to get some new stuff. I really want to get a porcelain coffee filter. You guys like my mug today? My quarantine hair is getting so long it's getting in my eyes, which is not a problem I ever thought I would have to deal with. Not a problem I ever thought I'd have to deal with. Let's get into it then. Just a quick reminder where we are. We're at level 11 now for Swann. We got the engineering bay upgrades. I'll try to use some engineering bays then. Maybe we'll do some turret spam if the map allows for it. We're currently still on our first prestige with Swann, getting the area of effect laser drill, which has been a really, really fun. I don't even know if fun's the right word. It's very automated. It's very effective. It is a very effective tool. Rifts to core hall. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'm getting the easy missions. You know, I hate Vermilion Problem, so as long as I don't get Vermilion Problem, I'm pretty happy. I think my least favorite co-op missions to play. I don't really like Vermilion Problem. I don't really like the Void Sliver one with the Warp Prism you have to escort. That's impossible to save. And I don't really like Lock and Load. It's just not really my tempo. I kind of like the missions that I can more brutally rush down. Although the Void Sliver mission can sometimes be like that. Playing co-op in 4K, by the way, while you're recording, does really tank the FPS. Nathan advertising 4K 60 FPS, but in all reality, he's actually only got... So it's like, Nate, it's only 44 FPS right now. I'm like, oh, I don't know why. Oh. And co-op is just especially brutal. That, and I'm recording in 4K 60 FPS right now. So I guess that makes sense. Maybe we'll make these VODs 4K 30. That might be the only solution. You guys are gonna notice the audio today is set back to English. I actually did I had like this bug that when you install another language, sometimes it puts I don't know if it was because I tried to install Chinese at some point, but in China I think all the graphic death animations are like automatically disabled. So I think that's what causes the bug where you don't see death animations for units, because I 110% like just did not have death animations happening a ton for no real reason, which for many obvious reasons. I like my game to to function. I like watching overlords pop. You guys have a favorite death animation? That's your question of the day. The question of the day is, do you guys have a favorite death animation in StarCraft? It could be co-op, it could be multiplayer, it could be something dying in a cutscene. I think if you pick Tassadar crashing his carrier into the Overmind, I think that's a cop-out answer personally. Just give me any answer other than that one. Any answer other than that one should be fine, because that's just a little too easy. It's obviously the most badass way anybody in StarCraft ever died. Nobody ever died a more badass death than Tassadar.
Activating a drone.
We got some Twitch chat comments coming in already. When Banelings melt something and their skeleton is left over. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. That is pretty nasty. Swann's the only mech player that relies sometimes on a double engineering bay build.
Minerals pay the bill. Your allies are in battle.
I'm using the incredibly annoying Nathanias announcer as well. That's right, you can have Nathanias literally tell you that you're low on the minerals, huh? Whenever you're playing StarCraft. Just in case, you know, your ego gets a little too pumped up. You've always got Nathanias there to drag you down. You know what I mean?
Not enough minerals.
That's the role that I want to have in your life.
There, huh?
I want to be that uncle that shows up only regularly enough to give you gifts that make your parents upset that they invited me over. But I don't want to ever actually have to, you know, be there for like your birthday or something.
Scanners picking up a void shard near your location. Your objective
All
is
right.
to take
Well,
it
now
out.
I've got my Omega laser.
Objective
So,
identified.
just as a quick refresher for anybody just tuning in on the Twitch or jumping into this YouTube series halfway through for no real reason, or maybe you're just like, you know what, I didn't want to watch Nate play low-level Swann. Anyway, the prestige is we don't have the laser drill abilities. Concentrated beam and pulse cannon are gone, but my laser drill slows down enemy units that it attacks. It slows down enemy units that attack. So it has a really big slow. It also works in an area of effect now. So the laser drill does splash damage. So watch when I target this middle depth. It's going to get all of them. And it slows them down too. It's pretty sick, honestly. It's not as good for like single target stuff, but because obviously you want to try to maximize the area of effect abilities. But it's actually still really strong just because you have access to the... if not only just because you have access to something that can deal with large waves of small units really, really effectively. I'm just going to get all my gas harvester guys.
That's just the first of many. Okay,
I like when Marines are sliced up by zealots. Oh, yeah. I think my favorite fun fact that I ever heard about StarCraft, one of my favorites, was an employee from Blizzard Entertainment was actually telling me when they released the simulant skins. If you guys didn't know, basically there was a StarCraft 2 war chest where they released a bunch of skins that made Zerg units look like they were made by Terrans. So it was like simulant Zerg. It was meant to be like training bots was the theme of the skins. And the drones' lobster claws were actually replaced by... the drones' lobster claws were literally replaced by like razor blades, like big round blades. And funnily enough, if you actually kill a unit with a drone using that skin, it triggers the same death animation the unit would get from a zealot. So it actually triggers the same death animation you'd get from a zealot. So if you're in a situation where you would be using that, it's actually really sick.
The enemy's taking fire at your
Here
forces.
come the drop pods.
Ready to go.
All right, well, let's try to use our turrets since we did get the upgrades for them. We'll try.
Zerg regeneration.
I gotta do something about when I'm playing co-op on this, man. I don't know if it was just maybe it's a new patch thing. Maybe it's a patch 5.0 thing. Oh yeah, but look at this. Look at what my laser does. It slows all of the units down. Isn't it beautiful? It's a really good way to deal with these types of enemies.
In the rear with the gear.
Upgrade complete. What's our target?
I was gonna say this guy seems to have my back regardless, so I guess I don't have too much to worry about. Let's get a couple more factories and a starport. I wanted to focus a lot on using the tech upgrades that I'm getting. Oh my god, this El Tanco de Sijo.
Upgrade
Is it
ready.
because the Flaming Betty burrows that the AI is breaking right here? It must be. Yeah, I don't know if co-op performance just dropped on the new patch. They might have raised the anti-cheat stuff again. The last time there was a big performance drop in like team game type stuff, it was because they made the anti-cheat too strong. StarCraft 2 uses memory obfuscation and random address changes every X amount of seconds. It readdresses all like a bunch of memory stuff. So that's actually one of the ways that they fight against like map hackers and whatnot in this game. So whenever they feel like they are having trouble with people cheating or something like that, usually what Blizzard will do is they'll straight up switch. They'll straight up increase it. They literally broke team games once. They broke team games when Legacy of the Void first came out because they tuned it to be too aggressive. it was rewriting the game's memory addresses too fast, and it actually completely broke team games because you couldn't get any frames per second anymore. That's how bad it was. Oh no!
That pirate scum ransacks the city at a time like this? I know it's a personal request.
I know it's a personal
But if you
request.
can,
But if you can,
please kill them all.
please kill them all.
Hey, I know that we're like, you know, supposed to be on a mission to save the world, but you know what? This is personal now. You know, I'm taking this whole alien invasion thing. I'm taking it real personally. You gotta get up on out of my personal space.
Upgrade ready.
Void shard eliminated.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Look at that. It's being slowed down too. It's being slowed down by my laser drill. Does that make any sense? No. How does a giant turret get slowed down by my laser drill?
Allies are in combat. Let's lend a hand.
Scanners are picking up multiple void shards. Our mission is to obliterate them.
Your friends are in a bit of a pickle over there.
All right, let's get the Hellion upgrades because we like Hellions in this channel. We do like Hellions. We stand Hellions. It's also just nice being able to slow down some of the more powerful units that you want to be able to erase more quickly. There's another reason why I'm a big fan of the this stuff.
Kinda low on the minerals there, huh?
Let's just build a bunch of turrets, help hunker down our teammate, and yeah, collect ladder points. I didn't know that they did that. Yeah. Memory obfuscation is not like the craziest thing, but it does take a lot of CPU to do it like that. Most because of the way that StarCraft 2 works, all data from both players is constantly being used on both sides of the game. It just has to do with making sure that the replays work and that the game doesn't desync. But the side effect of that a lot of people hear about is that, it kind of enables, the cheating methods that people used to use. And the memory addresses actually used to all be the same every game. And that's probably when StarCraft 2 hacking was at its worst. But it's really not that much of a problem anymore. Blizzard's done a really good job of tightening down on that. And frankly speaking, I don't think I've actually played a hacker in probably 3 or 4 years. I don't think that they're all 100% gone. There's some very smart, intelligent folks out there that can, put things together. But I don't think I've actually played versus any of them since Legacy of the Void's come out, which is saying a lot.
It'll take more than a few void shards to defeat
It'll take more than a few void shards to defeat me.
Stuff that's easy. It's making stuff that's hard.
That's right, Swann. You tell him. You pull yourself up by your bootstraps there, bud. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, Swann. Yeah. So a lot of performance-related drops could be that. Fun fact, Battle.net is hooked so deep into the game engine that if you lower the amount of friends on your friend list, you actually get more FPS as well. I don't even know why I use my main account for laddering or streaming when I know that it costs me frames because I have too many people that I have to have added on my account. If that makes sense. I have too many people that I need to have added for work because StarCraft's my job.
Let's take back our
Does
city.
complicate things.
Those filthy
But masses of
pirates
air
are
units
trying
are also
for another
easier to deal
score.
with too, right? I can
Let's
kill
lay
the
down the law.
Void Ray and the carrier at the same time, which helps a lot.
Get down on our base, buddy.
A bonus objective will expire shortly.
Yeah, you just send the laser drill, click on it. Bzzz. You keep on running.
Your friends are in a bit of a pickle over there.
Pirate ship neutralized. Nothing worse than
Nothing
pirates and
worse
traitors.
than pirates and traitors.
What about Trader Joe? Do you hate that, Trader?
Big job, huh?
Huh? Reminds me of that Dora the Explorer meme. That's like, a good pirate never steals from others. I'm like, what? Do you Do you know why it was illegal to be a pirate? They committed some pretty big atrocities against humanity were committed by pirates, guys. I hate to break it to you. There's nothing wrong with thinking that pirates, you know, from a conceptual standpoint are like cool or look cool, but don't pretend like they didn't murder, slaughter, and pillage and all sorts of things. A lot of folks, you know what I'm saying? That's a good time every time. Swann appreciates a good 7.5% IPA. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like Swann probably doesn't drink Bud Light. He's one of those people. He's too cool for light beer. He's too cool to ever go on a diet because he doesn't care what anybody thinks about him. Like every other unique original snowflake, Swann is just that cool. He's just that cool. He only drinks beers you've never heard of. He doesn't eat Beyond Burger because he's already eating from their competitor's startup. That's right. Even Beyond Burger is not. It's not underground enough for him.
That's the thing about
No, he eats his steaks raw.
even in a crisis.
Our rule of law holds firm.
It does it though. Didn't you just kill those pirates? Didn't you just do it? Didn't you just make it personal? Didn't you just make it personal when you were trying to
Phenomenal finish.
save us? No. That's like one of those cop movies where they kill like 40 people and they're like, just another day in the office. I'm like, I don't know about that. Wartime laws. Yeah. They're like, hey, these guys are looting a target while we have enemy alien troops in our backyard. Kill the guy at the target. Get rid of him first. It's more important. Did I get Immortality Protocol? Yes. Awesome. That's what I wanted. That's what Daddy wants. And awesome. Not a bad job there. If you guys have any like topics for discussion about StarCraft or co-op or campaign or anything that you'd like me to talk about during these coffee and co-op segments, please leave them in the comments or ask in the Twitch chat. YouTube comment section's actually been really good on these videos, so thank you. Shout out to that guy who always posts first. I can't remember your name right now because it's 8 a.m. and I haven't finished my coffee, but I'll do that now. And thank you anyway, good sir. I'll see you guys for the next episode.